Today you're going to learn how all the girlies are making six figures without resorting to OnlyFans and without becoming an influencer. And no, I'm not talking about some affiliate marketing bullshit or some weird digital marketing pyramid schemes. I'm talking about freelancing. By the way, hi, I'm Mare. Welcome to the channel. I make videos all about freelancing and how you can earn six figures and become financially free without a soul-sucking 9-to-5. So if that works for you, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe. And you can also check out my Instagram and my website for more freelance content. So if you are currently a corporate girly and you're just sick of your 9-to-5, you're just tired, you have no time for yourself, and you just feel completely drained, I completely understand how you're feeling because I was there. And I had a 9-to-5 as well a few years back, and I only lasted for 3 months. So I have been freelancing ever since. And now I'm on a mission to help other women like you become a freelancer and actually build a life on your own terms that you really love. I'm here to show you that there's another way. You don't have to climb a corporate ladder. You don't have to do all this weird corporate bullshit. So if you're sick and tired of your 9-to-5 and you see all these girls on Instagram that seemingly don't have a job and just travel and have all this money and all this free time, they're probably freelancing, even if they're not talking about it, because this is the easiest way to make money online and you don't really have to work as much as a corporate 9-to-5 and you have more time for yourself. You can do what you want. You can work on the projects that you want to work on. So my goal of this video is to really show you that there's another way. You don't have to climb some bullshit corporate ladder. You don't have to deal with office politics your whole life. You can seriously build a business on your own, and it's definitely possible to earn six figures as a freelancer. So let's dive into how it works and how you can get started ASAP. So what is freelancing? You might be wondering what that even means, but basically when you're a freelancer, that means you work with multiple clients instead of one full-time job. You're providing services to multiple companies at the same time, which is really amazing because you get to choose who you want to work with, what type of industries you want to work in, how often do you want to work, your income. Literally everything is up to you, and your income is never capped, which is one of the main reasons I'm a freelancer, because I know sometimes climbing the corporate ladder does pay off and you can make a lot of money, but this also depends on where you live, what industry you're working in, and also if you want to actually put in the mental energy to do that. So I could not be fucked to do that. Definitely choose freelancing over corporate any day, but that's just me. But seriously, if you want to have a certain income goal and you don't want to spend years climbing up a corporate ladder, then freelancing is definitely the way to go. You're really in charge. You can make as little or as much as you want if you just put in the effort. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's definitely not an easy career choice, but the payout is so much greater than a corporate 9-to-5. So I will always recommend it. That's why I made this channel. And just think about it. Like if you stay at a corporate 9-to-5, work your way up the ladder, then you get what, a 10% raise every year. At this rate, it's barely above inflation. And now how does freelancing actually work? So the easiest way to break down freelancing is to think about how companies have problems and how you could serve them and sell the solution to them. That's basically freelancing in a nutshell. It's just you providing services to clients as if you're just a business. You know, you are a business as a freelancer, but there are thousands and thousands of companies around the world, probably millions actually, that need services like marketing or tech related stuff, writing, SEO, content creation, analytics, data, literally anything, like anything in the world, you name it. Companies need help with that. So if you can specialize in one thing and provide this as a service to clients, then you're going to make loads of money because there's just so many companies that need help. And another thing you should know is that a lot of companies nowadays are starting to move away from full-time employees, and they're starting to hire contractors because they're cheaper, they're easier to manage, they are specialists at what they do, so the results are actually way better than a full-time employee. So that is amazing for us because there are way more opportunities now as a freelancer than there were years ago. Like when I first started, there were not that many roles that were open as freelance positions, but now that's really changing. So that's perfect for us, a great opportunity for money making. So I'll explain this a bit more soon, but basically as a freelancer, you're going to want to specialize in one or two things and just really sell this to clients. And this is what's going to get you loads of money. And depending on how you set up your systems and what you're doing, you're most likely going to work way less than your 9-to-5, and you're going to have no managers breathing down your neck. You're going to have freedom. It's just the best feeling to wake up and just know that you have complete charge of your day. Like you don't have to go by anyone else's timeline. And that's just the best feeling. I wish that for all women. So now you might be thinking, how can I actually get started? Because you know, you have skills from your corporate 9-to-5, you have skills from your university, and you might not know how to package them and sell them. So the first step to actually starting freelancing is figuring out what you can offer as a service. And I've talked to some of my friends about freelancing and how they can get started, and their questions are always like, well, I don't know what to provide as a service. Like, I'm not an expert in anything. But girl, think about what you're doing every day at your 9-to-5. Like, what are you doing at work? Like, you're doing something. You're not just sitting there, you know? Like, even if you're fresh out of university, you still have skills. Like, you studied something. You have interests as well. You really don't need to be an expert in anything to provide it as a service. You just have to make yourself look like an expert. And it sounds shady, but it's just presenting yourself in the best light. And that's what gets you hired. So if I were you, I'd get out a notebook and just write down these questions and answer them so that you have a better idea of what you can provide as a service. Number 1, what do people ask you for help with? Number 2, what could you talk about for hours? And number 3, what are some things and some programs that you know that you're already doing in your 9-to-5 or that you've you've learned on your own by self-studying or in university. So I know figuring out what you can provide as a service and really getting started is the hardest part to freelancing. But once you have that down, once you have an idea like, okay, I can definitely provide this, or okay, I'm really good at doing this, or I really want to learn how to be good at XYZ, then I can provide this as a service, then you'll be golden. It'll be much easier from there. All you have to do is decide on the thing that you want to do. If you want some examples, you can think about, social media management. That's what I do, and that's what has been really lucrative for me. I make 6 figures doing that. I know a lot of people that do that as well. There's also video editing, there's data analytics, web development and coding. That's also super lucrative. Writing, there's SEO. There's so many different types of things you can do as a freelancer. So just really think about what your interests are, because obviously you want to enjoy what you're doing, because the more you enjoy it, then more likely you are to keep going and to actually try to get more clients and make more money. So if you try to start a freelance business doing things that you don't enjoy doing, then you probably won't see much success. So really think about what you like to do and what you could see yourself doing for the next few years. And once you have that down, the next step will be building a portfolio. And this isn't as complicated as you think it is. I have some templates if you want to use. They're in the description below. But if you have the extra cash, I'd really recommend getting a website from Squarespace, for example, because they look really professional and they make you look more legit. So that's something I'd recommend if you have the money. I think it's like $10 or $15 a month. So it's really worth it. But anyway, no website or website. The main thing you need to do is create a portfolio that really stands out, that really makes you look good, and that will convince clients to hire you. Now, if this all sounds interesting to you, but you're kind of overwhelmed and just don't really know how to start freelancing and you want some extra support to really get started fast and on the right foot, I'm actually providing a new course and coaching program, which you can check out in the link below. This program will teach you everything you need to know about freelancing. You'll also get 2 personal calls with me, so we'll work together to really make a plan for your freelance business. So you'll be super confident, super ready to go, and you'll have all your questions answered. And it also comes with 20 templates that are done for you for your business, so to help you launch your freelance business even faster and easier. So if you're one of those girlies that are just done with the corporate 9-to-5 and you're ready to start freelancing ASAP, then check out the link below, and I can't wait to connect with you soon. And now, what are some things you should know about freelancing before you get started? I wanted to include this section before I wrap up this video because when I started freelancing, I had no idea what I was doing. I made so many mistakes. I lost so much money. I undersold myself. I literally, all the mistakes in the book, I made them. So I really want to prevent you from going through the pain that I had to go through. I also want to see you succeed and also have a good expectation of what life is really like as a freelancer. Because I think on social media especially, we can really make freelancing look like this glamorous thing, like, oh, it's so amazing. You have your own schedule, like, Pilates at 2 p.m., matcha. And honestly, that is true. Like, I go to Pilates class all the time and like I get matchas all the time. But I also work my ass off, and I worked my ass off for 5 years to get to this point. Like, I literally just hit 6 figures after 5 years of freelancing. So I don't want you to go into freelancing blind and end up getting stressed. Freelancing is simple, but it's not easy. So girl, I know you want to be your own boss. I know you want to have control of your time, your freedom, but especially if you're coming from a corporate 9-to-5, then freelancing is going to be a little bit overwhelming because it is completely different. And I'm not going to lie to you, if you want an easy life where you can just close your laptop and just, log off for the day, go home and not have to worry, I would say freelancing is not for you. And I'm very, very anti-corporate. So the fact that I'm saying that is harsh, but it's just not for everyone. And I feel like if you are really willing to put in the work, you're willing to put in, the hours at first, especially in the first few years of freelancing, and also you're self-motivated and you're willing to not give up, then you are going to do amazing. But just realize that sometimes clients will leave you with no notice. They will ghost you. You will send 100 proposals and get no responses. You'll go through a lot as a freelancer. And so it takes a lot of resilience and a lot of, just pushing through the hard parts. But if you can do that, then the payoff is going to be amazing. And I know that you're going to love this career choice, but just keep in mind that it's just, I think Instagram especially makes it seem more glamorous than it actually is. But that's just the reality of owning a business. It is really hard, and you just have to be willing to have a hard life, actually. And number 2 is mindset is everything. So as a freelancer, you're going to have to realize that if you want to make a lot of money, you want to do well, you need to have a CEO mindset, not a freelancer mindset. And this is something I wish I had realized earlier. Like, I literally realized this year 5 of my freelancing journey. So whenever you have this mindset shift of like, okay, I'm the boss, I'm the CEO, I have to manage things, I have to manage people, I have to delegate, I have to set systems in place, I have to track my progress. This is when you're going to be super successful, because you're actually planning and you're actually thinking ahead and you're acting like a founder, not just some random freelancer that just doesn't know what they're doing. So once you have this mindset shift, it'll make things a lot easier. Just keep that in mind. Just wanted to mention that your mindset is going to be a huge factor to your success. So you really have to learn how to manage your mind to be successful as a freelancer. And number 3, boundaries are your best friend. And this is so essential. Like, literally, clients will run you to the ground if you let them. Like, you cannot be a doormat, you cannot be nice, you cannot be a people pleaser. And I'm talking to you because that was literally me. Like, you have to learn how to be a bitch. If you want to be a business owner, you need to stand your ground, you need to have boundaries. And if you're just going to be this nice girl, then you're going to get run all over. So I really recommend, establishing boundaries and always sticking to them. And number 4 is that freelancing can seriously change your life for the better if you're willing to stick out the hard parts. And like I said, freelancing is not easy. It can be really draining at times, but it is so amazing. And I'm just obviously like such a team freelancer. I will always recommend freelancing. Like, that's why I made this channel. Like, I really want women to know that freelancing can change your life. Like, just for instance, I know you don't know me yet, but I am American. I've been in Germany for like 7 or 8 years now at this point. And the only reason I was able to stay in Germany was because I got a freelance visa and couldn't find an English speaking job here, and I just could not go back to Texas. So I was like, I need to figure something out, and freelancing really gave me my freedom. My life is like completely changed because of freelancing. And I feel like I just want more women to know this, because obviously you don't need to move countries, you don't need to travel the world, but like if you just want to move states or you want to move cities, maybe you just want to stay at home with your kids, like you have a family to take care of, or maybe you have a mental illness and you just don't have the mental capacity to really go to a 9 to 5. All of these are huge, amazing reasons to stay at home and to actually work for yourself. Life is so much easier when you have more options, and this is why I really recommend freelancing, because if you want that flexibility, you want to be free, you also don't want your income to be capped, then this is going to give you that freedom and that money that you need. And with freelancing, you don't have to depend on just one income source. Like, you have multiple income streams, which is another reason I really recommend it. And people always like whine and say, oh, freelancing isn't stable. Like, corporate people love to say that. And it's just like, okay, then why have I made consistently 6 figures for the past year? Like, I feel like freelancing, yes, is very difficult when you're first getting started, but once you have those processes in place, once you know what you're doing, you're confident, there's no way you're going to be poor. Like, there's literally no way, okay? Don't believe all these people when they say it's not stable. If you are willing to put in the work, you're willing to stick it out even when it's hard, you're willing to create those systems to really perfect your skills, then girl, you are going to do fine. You're going to make much more money than your 9 to 5. You're not going to have to work with men and like suck up to people's asses just to get like a 10% raise each year. Like, I could talk about this for hours, so I'm going to stop now. But basically, freelancing is amazing, and I want you to do some research and really figure out if it's going to be a good fit for you, and follow me for some more tips, because I'm sharing everything that I can to really help women like you, get set up for success as a freelancer and really make more money so you have more options and you can actually live the life that you want to live, because that's super essential. And before I end this video, I just wanted to remind you that you are way too hot, way too beautiful, too stunning to be working your life away at a 9 to 5 corporate job that doesn't care about you, that could fire you tomorrow, that just controls your life and your time. You are meant for so much more than that, and I know freelancing can give you everything that you want, and I'm here to help you get there. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching and for tuning in. And please subscribe below if you want to learn more about how I built my 6-figure freelance business, how I built my freelance business as an American living in Germany, and how you can become a successful freelancer this year too. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.